If there's anything I love more than wrestling, it's movies. What's up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince, and I'm here with another top 10 list. That's why I'm wearing the same clothes, and this is probably uploaded in a different day. It's Friday, but it's probably Sunday or Saturday whenever you guys are watching this. But yes, I love movies. Without movies, I wouldn't be the guy I be today. I mean, filming is just a huge part of my life, and there are 10 movies that just stuck out to me and just made me say, yes, movies are awesome. I love movies to death. And without these 10, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now about movies. But coming before I start this list, I need to give you guys some honorable mentions. Now, my honorable mentions are as followed. Inglourious Bastards. Quentin Tarantino just brought in a story about the Nazis and stuff, and I thought it was brilliantly done. Spirited Away, a very underrated animated movie, and a really good anime, best of Hayao Miyazaki's filmography. 8 Mile, if you guys know that I do music, you guys know that 8 Mile maybe inspired me to do some music, you could say. Empire Strikes Back, The Departed, Birdman, Fight Club, Goodfellas, Terminator 2, and the one that just missed it was Blade Runner. All of those are phenomenal movies that you should go check out. But here are the 10 movies that are my favorite of all time. Now, coming in at number 10, people say I'm a die-hard comic book fan, and to an extent, yes. I mean, but if you guys didn't know anything about me, number 10 should be pretty obvious. All I gotta do is point right there. Yep. Coming in at number 10 is The Dark Knight. Dark Knight is the best comic book movie of all time, and I had to put it in there because it was just really damn good. It was awesome. I mean, yeah, you give shit for Christian Bale for having a shitty voice, but he still plays a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Plus, Christopher Nolan knows how to make a good superhero movie, especially with, like, he made the Joker likable. Heath Ledger, rest in peace to Heath Ledger. Greatest Joker of all time, greatest villain in comic book history, I agree. Well, comic book history, yes. Film-wise, probably number 2, because I have a number 1 favorite villain, and I'll talk about him later, and you might guess who it is, but Dark Knight just took a realistic version of what Batman could be in real life, and it was just really well done with a stellar cast. Heath Ledger, Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, the guy who played Two-Face. I forgot his name, but he has done some other good movies, which I can't really think of right now. But just a well-acted movie, well done movie, well shot too. I mean, people give a lot of props to Heath Ledger, but you guys also forget about everybody else. I mean, hell, and this is what made me love Chris Nolan. That and the first Batman Begins, which is not in this list because I think Dark Knight is much easier to sit through because Batman Begins has a lot of slow points personally, but I still love it. And the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy is great. Speaking of Chris Nolan, I'll be talking about him sooner rather than later. So there's that newsflash for you guys. Coming in at number 9, we got Jurassic Park. Wow, you want to talk about Steven Spielberg at his prime? This was his masterpiece. A lot of people say Raiders of the Lost Ark, which at one point I said Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite Spielberg movie, but I went to rewatch Jurassic Park and I said, this is breathtaking. This was just shocking at its most. And what really got me into this movie was the logo. I mean, people talk about real-life dinosaurs. I'm not the biggest dinosaur guy, but until I watched Jurassic Park, it was just a well-shot movie. It still holds up, the effects. This is also Jeff Goldblum's best performance, in my opinion. I think he did a great job here. And I just really love this movie. I thought it was really well done, and honestly, easily one of the best blockbusters you could say in history. You can't go wrong with that. But it's just true. Coming in at number 8 was another blockbuster in the summer from 1984. We have, oh, and I should say all the years from the movie: Dark Knight 2008, Jurassic Park 1993, and number 8 from 1984. We have Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. At the time, Saturday Night Live was the shit. It was awesome. Saturday Night Live was the show to watch. But what made it even better was, like I said, Bill Murray and all the cast is just bad. Alright, yeah, my bad. But yeah, we had Bankman, Ray Stantz, Egon, and Zed. Hold on, Winston Zeddemore. I keep forgetting how to say his name, but hell, Sigourney Weaver had a good performance, as well as Rick Moranis, which is not one of my favorite actors out there, but this was just a really fun movie. It was a horror movie, it was a comedy, it was science fiction, it was just multiple genres wrapped in one spot, and I really enjoyed it. And who could forget the catchiest song of all time? Maybe my favorite song in movies history, like my favorite theme song of a movie, Ghostbusters. It was just perfectly, when it's something strange and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. It was just fun. Even the beat. I mean, a lot of people give controversy to Ghostbusters, especially now with the whole female Ghostbusters, but at a time, Ghostbusters was the shit. And pretty sad what it's become now. So it's just that. But yeah, Ghostbusters number 8. Coming in at number 7, you guys probably should have seen this one coming. Coming in at number 7 is Star Wars. Yes, I do enjoy it more than Empire Strikes Back. I think Empire was a great sequel. I think Star Wars was a great beginning, because this started the franchise, and it just inspired a lot of people to do films like this, with an underdog just trying to find himself, and then he realizes that he's just something great. And the sequels definitely elevated that more, but this movie alone, just say the only nitpick I would probably give is that it took other movies to fix its previous plot points. But besides that, it just gave us a good introduction about what Star Wars is and can be. I mean, you want to talk about the late great Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and my favorite villain of all time in movie history, Darth Vader. Anybody who knows me and has seen my videos, now I don't have a Star Wars shirt right now, but I have a lot of Star Wars t-shirts, particularly with Darth Vader in the front. But yes, Star Wars is just awesome, and without this one, we wouldn't have Star Wars, and thankfully it worked out good. Sadly, it took a while to get good movies again. Like, it took The Force Awakens to have a great movie once again. And Rogue One, I tend to love it more as it goes on, but it's not that great still in my eyes. I think still the best two are Empire and Star Wars, and Star Wars is slightly better. And yes, Star Wars, easily one of the best franchises of all time. Not quite my favorite. I'll actually tell you what my favorite franchise of all time is when I talk about more about these movies. But coming in at number 6, you want to talk about more characters and star power going on. Also, I forgot to mention, I'll just say the years at the end of the video, but coming in at number 6 is from my favorite director of all time, Quentin Tarantino. Brought us Pulp Fiction, and it's got to be my favorite one that he's done. I mean, at the time, John Travolta was something, Uma Thurman was something, Samuel Jackson. Without this movie, Samuel Jackson, I don't know where the hell he would have been. But damn, easily has some of my favorite lines of all time. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? I'm pretty sure if I didn't watch this, if I never watched this movie, I probably wouldn't cuss as much as you see me today. And hell, it's one of the few good Bruce Willis movies that it's not Die Hard. So yeah, Pulp Fiction, just a really good movie. It does get confusing at first with all the plot points just being separated around, but that's what made the movie better, I think, in my honest opinion. It was just really good. And yeah, definitely brought Quentin Tarantino to the world. I know he did Reservoir Dogs before, but this one just slightly made him what he is today. Now, the top 5 are the movies that made me really, really love movies. So these are my top 5. Coming in at number 5, the first movie I ever saw in theaters, Monsters, Inc. You know, people say that their favorite franchise is Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Indiana Jones, whatever. Pixar is my favorite franchise of all time. Pixar has followed me throughout the years. I mean, I've seen every Pixar movie, and the first movie I ever saw in theaters was Monsters, Inc. So you can't say that I can't not put Monsters, Inc. And it was hard to pick a favorite Pixar movie because I'm like, I want to put a Pixar movie in this list. I don't know which one, because Finding Nemo was also great. Toy Story, but Monsters, Inc. just brought heart to it because it's a really interesting story about monsters being scared of the humans, and then how the monster world would be if it was in real life, which was brilliantly done and really well written. And you have a lot of heart with the whole Boo storyline with Sully, Mike trying to bring Boo back to her home, and it was just beautifully done. That moment of Sullivan, why the fuck I say Bruce Sullivan, hugging Boo, that made me want to cry. That is just really really well done, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, first movie I ever saw in theaters. Great job. Now this next one, I'll give you a hint. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Didn't get it? Nope. Well, number 4 is Death Poets Society, a story about a bunch of young boys that want to learn about writing and poetry, and it's just well done, well executed. And it was, I didn't notice this movie and it's pretty sad to say this, but I didn't see this movie like a little after, I saw it a little after Robin Williams' passing, and despite, the death of Robin Williams being so sad, it's kind of crazy that I never seen this movie until that point, and it was what really got me into writing, because it was just a really well done shot. Oh, Captain, my Captain. I just did that for you guys. It was just a great moment to see, and it was just a really good movie, and I don't know where my writing would be without Death Poets Society. And it just showed that kids shouldn't be afraid to express their voice. Now, kids these days tend to go too far with that shit. But at one point, it was kind of like a moment where, like, yeah, kids standing up for themselves and what they believe in now. Kids these days are fucking stupid. But back then, they knew how to make kids feel like real, like, heroes in this point. Like, Ethan Hawke, Robert Sean Leonard, Josh Charles, Gail Hassan, Dylan Kussman. Hell, Kurtwood Smith was in this movie from the 70s show. Yeah, it had a pretty good set of kids, but Robin Williams easily the breakout performance when he was the teacher, and I felt that I was in there. I actually felt that I was part of the story. I mean, when he's talking to the students, I thought he was talking to me too. It was those moments that just really stand out to me. Now, I wasn't planning on putting a blockbuster in my top 5 maybe. And hell, I didn't expect to put a trilogy in my top 3. But number 3, and I'm going to cheat here, is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the most perfectly done set of movies. It's literally one long movie that you just go on and watch as it goes on. It's I just can't watch Lord of the Rings without all of them. I have to watch all of them. Otherwise, it's cheating if I don't, because it's literally one long ass movie. Hell, people put the Lord of the Rings trilogy as one movie all the time, and they actually put it at the number 1 spot. And you can't deny that. I mean, you want to talk about trilogy where the story gets better as it goes on. The journey just continues about a powerful ring that just makes people crazy. Um, or as a, not ring, but more of a precious. Well done from Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson knows how to make visual effects amazing. And, these books were really good. And these books actually inspired Star Wars to be what it is today. And Lord of the Rings, thank you for doing that. I mean, the Hobbit trilogy wasn't as great. I still enjoyed them, but the Lord of the Rings trilogy is just breathtaking. You're shocked every time I watch it. The more I watch them, the more stuff I find to just watch. Now, sadly, Elijah Wood is only going to be remembered as from Lord of the Rings, but it's just a well done trilogy, and you can't just pick one. You have to watch all of them, and in order, of course. And yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is my number 3 choice for best favorite movies of all time. Now, number 2 might get some controversy, but it has to be number 2. It was gonna be number 1, but it's just like, I mean, not quite yet. And you guys might know what it is, particularly by hearing my review about this movie. But number 2 is Sing Street. Yes, it's cheating. It's like bullshit, but it just has to be. Without this movie, I mean, the only thing that pisses me off about this movie is that I didn't make it. I wanted to make this movie so bad when I grew up, and I got it. And as much as I really wanted to direct this movie, I was happy to see it myself. You want to talk about music being done right. I mean, the boy band, it's been done multiple times before, but not in this way. I mean, a boy wanting to find love, and he pretends to be someone that he's not, and then he actually becomes what he said he is, and it was the best movie I've seen in the modern era. It's just crazy that we can still get movies like this. Honestly, without 2016, we wouldn't have respected movies as much as we do now. And it's a big thank you to movies like Sing Street, La La Land, Arrival. 2016 may have had some of the shittiest blockbusters in the history of blockbusters, despite Deadpool and Civil War. But Sing Street is a movie that no one talked about, thanks to the Screen Junkies who talked about it. And I was like, I don't know, I don't feel like watching the movie, because I saw the trailer. It looked like it was going to be a clusterfuck. It looked goofy. It looked dumb. And I loved it. It's my number 2 favorite movie of all time. That is saying a lot, guys. And I love it. The more I watch it, the more I fucking love it. And hell, with this movie, I have performed multiple songs from this movie. Riddle of the Model, Girls, By the Sea, and of course my favorite, Drive It Like You Stole It. And it was a reference to Back to the Future. And I loved the movie. I thought it was really good. But it's not quite my favorite movie of all time, because for years I have always said that this was my favorite movie of all time. And anybody who knows me knows what my favorite movie of all time is. It was The Karate Kid from 1984, the original Karate Kid. The Karate Kid was a movie that made me find out that it's gonna be alright. I was a fucking loser as a kid, but when I watched this movie, I said to myself, I could be that guy. I could be the guy that could just do the craziest stuff ever. Like, I could do something great, and I could get the respect from people. And granted, I didn't get in a fight or join karate. Well, I did join karate, but that went nowhere. And don't worry, I didn't go to karate because of this movie. I went because I actually don't know. But Karate Kid, it was just good. A guy that fucking worked his ass to just prove himself to the bullies. And it was just like a really good moment. That moment of his leg getting injured, and then Ralph Macchio's leg getting injured, and then David I keep forgetting his name, David Chatska or something like that. David Zapka. He runs to him, and then Ralph Macchio just kicks him out of nowhere. It was a well done ending to a fight. It was just, honestly, like I said, my favorite movie of all time. You can't go wrong with it. These are my favorite movies of all time. Just saying. So I'll just run through the list, and I should have done that with the wrestling one, but running back to the list. Dark Knight, 2008. Jurassic Park, 1993. Ghostbusters, 1984. Star Wars, 1977. Pulp Fiction, 1994. Monsters Inc., 2003. Death Poet Society, 1989. The Lord of the Rings Trilogy, 2001, 2002, and 2003. Sing Street, 2016. And The Karate Kid, 1984. Those were my favorite movies of all time. What are some of your favorite movies of all time? I know I missed some, like Shawshank Redemption, Inside Out. You know, we have multiple great movies, and you guys might be mad that I didn't put some, but this is my personal list. I wonder what you guys think about this list. So yeah, what is your list? Anyways, I'll do more top 10s if you guys enjoy these. It's me, the ALEXX Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.